I'm actually recording today's Breakfast with TNC before midday. So that's a positive. Also, the tap's being turned on, so you might hear a bit of background noise. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Breakfast with TNC. Let's do this. I'm only joking. I'm not gonna eat prawns. My aim today is to simply screw all the haters who say I can't butter things properly. I'm gonna butter this bagel so well, you're gonna be jealous. Let's do this. I've done a decent job there. I've done a pretty decent job. I'm proud of myself. Who else is proud of me? Let me know in the comment section. I can butter things as well. I'm not inept at that. God, it's really getting me down with people that was hating on me about not buttering my bread properly. That one's for you. Hey, what is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another Breakfast with TNC video, proudly sponsored by the Acle Bridge Inn. I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. We've got a delightful breakfast this morning. I just thought I'd put a disclaimer out before I start eating this, as I apologise to my mum. Apparently the raspberries weren't mouldy. They were simply the leaves off the raspberry that had kind of like embedded into the raspberry. So my mum doesn't purchase mouldy food. And also apparently the scone was fresh. Apparently it had only been brought home the day before, so the last breakfast was okay. It was just me moaning about it. But in terms of today, we've got an absolute corker, a real corker for you. We've got the cinnamon and raisin bagel. Now, I will admit, I'm not a massive fan of the standard bagel, your bog standard bagel. It leaves a lot to be desired, but the cinnamon and raisin bagel is what dreams are made of. It makes my taste buds tingle, my friends. That is beautiful. We've also got a little Muller Light vanilla yogurt. I love the vanilla yogurts, and it's only got 90 calories in. What an absolute fantastic way to start the day. And in terms of a drink, I've gone for a little orange squash. I had a very garlic heavy meal last night, and it's left me very thirsty. So I thought I'd just consume some water-based drinks for today. In terms of the news, we've got a few things. The first one is off the pink, and the headline is "Confidence is not..." What just happened to my voice? Is not at rock bottom, insists Norwich City boss Alex Neil. It's got a picture here of Stephen Naismith. It looks like his feet are inverted. Maybe that's the why he's not been playing very well recently. Although his legs are in good shape. Very muscly legs, inverted feet. Who knows? Actually, to be fair, he wasn't okay. His goal was good at the weekend. My voice is just like suddenly gone. I apologise for that. I got too passionate about my bagel. The quote here is, "I don't agree confidence is at rock bottom. When you are on a difficult run and something goes against you in a game or you concede a goal, it is the response you get from that point which dictates whether the confidence is low or not and whether you can deal with knockbacks and difficult decisions." Now, Alex Neil has kind of gone against himself here. I read this quote as, if you come back from difficult situations, it means confidence is high. If you don't, it means confidence is low. We didn't come back against QPR. We lost the game against Leeds. We didn't come back from the dead against from Leeds away at home. We didn't at Brighton. That's 4 games in a row where we haven't dealt with difficult decisions, situations, or whatever. That indicates to me that confidence is low. It then goes to say, perhaps when we conceded at QPR, some of the boys felt, oh, here we go again. Brilliant. Well done, boys. That's exactly the mindset you want, isn't it? When you go behind, you don't want the boys to think, here we go again. We want the boys to think, oh, okay, I really need to get myself up for it now. I mean, come on, guys. Like, we're not asking for much. Just maybe a couple of wins would be nice. So the next article is all regarding the AGM, which is coming up on Wednesday evening. I'm not actually going, I don't think. You've got to be like a shareholder. I'm not a shareholder. I am part of the Canaries Trust, however, so I might be able to get in via that medium, but I'm not sure. At the moment, I'm not going. I would like to go, actually. But the headline here is former Hamilton boss. I'm not quite sure why they've referred to Alex Neil as the former Hamilton boss. Maybe it's a Scottish newspaper. Former Hamilton boss Alex Neil has no qualms about facing angry Norwich fans at AGM. He said, I'm fine with that. I'm an open and honest person. I'm doing my very best for the team. Everyone is working extremely hard to turn results around, so I'll answer questions that come my way. The players that we've got are the players we've got. They've shown that they've won 7 games out of 8. Of course, that was a little while back. We're just going through a bit of a slump at the moment and bad decisions are going against us. We've got to be strong enough to come back on the other side. I'm more than confident that we will. Now, you've got to realise that these guys are just human at the end of the day. They are paid an extremely extortionate amount of money. But at the end of the day, money doesn't really affect how good they are. Like, they get paid whatever, how good they are. If they are genuinely doing all they can and they genuinely doing all they think they can, then we can't really moan. We know that there's underlying issues with the board, with the recruitment, with the coaching, etc., etc. But that's a long-term change. If they are genuinely working as hard as they can on the short term, then it's very tough for me to have a go at them. Alex Neil will be faced with difficult questions at the AGM. I'm positive about that, and so will whoever else that was there. And I'm sure they've got answers ready. It's going to be very interesting at AGM, one of the most interesting in a long while. So Alex Neil, I'm sure, will answer them very honestly and abruptly. He's that kind of man, and we'll see how we go from here. We've got another tough game at the weekend, and we just have to see how it goes, I guess. The next article is last night's under-23 game. Norwich travelled to Aston Villa, and we actually won 2-1 against a pretty strong Aston Villa side, actually. They had a couple of big names out there. Leeboy Kozak. They had their new guy they signed from Reading. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but we won 2-1. Glenn Middleton scored and Carlton Morris scored. Brilliant for the under-23s. We've got some really good players in that under-23 setup at the moment, actually. Glenn Middleton, I've said this a few times on this channel, but I genuinely think he's the best player in a youth setup since the FA Youth Cup winning side that had Cameron McGee and obviously Morris, the Murphys, Toffolo, them kind of players. But I don't think I've seen a player as good as Middleton since then. Like, he is direct, he's very small, good centre of gravity, quite beefy. I genuinely think if he keeps his progression up within the next 2 years, he'll be in our first team, and that's very exciting. In terms of Carlton Morris, I did actually watch a bit of the under-23 game last night. They were broadcasting it on their Facebook Live, which was brilliant. Love seeing that from football clubs. Bit of innovation from them, which is great. Morris was really good, and Morris is going to be knocking on Alex Neil's door and saying, look, mate, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm scoring goals consistently for the under-23 team. I've had first team experience elsewhere. Give me a chance and I'll repay you. I wouldn't mind seeing Carlton Morris in the first team. Genuinely wouldn't. We need something different. He is the man. Who knows? And then the last article is a bit of transfer news. Of course, it's November. Transfer news begins. Apparently, we're interested in Huddersfield's Narky Wells. He's out of contract at the end of this season. He did score 18 times for Huddersfield last season, but hasn't really managed to do it this season. It doesn't look like they're going to renew his contract. £8 million being talked about it though. Us and Fulham are interested. Aston Villa have apparently pulled out of the race. That's a lot of money for a player who hasn't really scored this season. Probably try and avoid that one if possible. Anyway, some big news today, obviously. It's all really regarding Alex Neil. It's very tough to get... When you're in a negative circle, it's very tough to break out of it. We just need a win at Derby or something just to get our hope up again. Let me know what you think on all of them stories. Let me know what you think on my breakfast. It's a killer today. I'm proud of this. Shout out to all my haters who said I can't butter things properly. This is what I do. I butter things properly, my friends. Have a fantastic day. Breakfast with TNT mugs are still on sale. I've got a few of them left. Please, 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 please go and buy them if you can. Links to them are in the description. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Peace out.